One of y'all brothers live.
It's live. We just giving it a minute. What you saying, bro?
Yeah, I know it's it's tired. I wake up at like 12, 11, but then that short time spent to take vitamins.
You already know it's a difference. Body probably needs.
My heart was like aching or something.
Yeah?
That's
That's not moving around, man.
Shalom, Yeshua. First and foremost, I want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Bahakadash. Double honors to the apostles of the great millstone. Peace and blessings to the Akim. That's preach the word and all truth and city. The Hebrew Israelites here to prophesy America's downfall. To America, according to the Bible, is Babylon the Great, older daughter of Babylon, which will be destroyed by nuclear destruction, by the ICBM missiles. You know, the so-called white man is Esau Edom, according to the Bible, you know, and we're here to teach repentance and the warning, pending destruction that's surely about to come to pass in America. You know, the warning of the MOTB, the Parakna, the Sihit, according to Revelation 13:16, the Holy Spirit, as well as the entire lesson, and then shall I wicked be revealed. You know, now, the wicked according to the Bible is Esau Edom, which we can get that to the south first, the lesson. Because according to the Bible, he had three classifications of men. He had the sons of God, you know, which later became the Israelites, which us today, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Americans. The sons of men, which are the heathen nations, you know, and the sons of the wicked, which is Esau Edom, you know. And everybody upon the face of the earth that sins those three classifications, you know, and we're going to get who the wicked is according to the Bible.
This is Malachi chapter 1 verse 4. Whereas Edom said, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom the Lord hath indignation forever.
Yeah, so this is how we prove that Esau Edom is the wicked according to the Bible, you know, because they're building right now. They've been building since the Renaissance period when they came back into power, man. You know? So now, you know, Esau Edom is being called out for his wickedness, man, by way of the prophets. You know? Because now this truth is being taught among the house, being preached among the housetops, man. You know? That so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Americans are true Israelites. That the so-called, the small hats, which are the people that wear all black that live in our land today, Amalek, you know, they were ones that funded the transatlantic slave trade, man. You know, pedophilia, you know, abortion clinics, you know, the setup of feminist, the feminist movement to bring, to destroy the household, the Israelite family, you know. All these were orchestrated by the wicked, Esau Edom, so-called white man. You know?
All right, this is 2 Thessalonians chapter 2. Start at 1.
Now this is Apostle Paul speaking to the church of Thessalonica, which were to the Israelite foreigners, you know, that was proselytes and converts to the faith. See, and he was warning them of how to perform your life to Yahweh Shai once you repented, man. That's right. You know.
It says, "Now we beseech you, brethren, by the coming of our Lord Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, and by our gathering together unto him, that ye be not soon shaken in mind or be troubled, neither by spirit, nor by word, nor by letter as from us, as that day of Yahweh Shai is at hand."
Right. We not soon shaken in mind. Why? Because we got the comfort, which is the scriptures, man. Yahweh Shai told us what happened before they happened to us. You know? Which made, because our Lord Yahweh Shai was a prophet indeed too. You know, a lot of Christians don't know that. You know, and
Verse 3, "Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come except there come a falling away first."
right, what was that day that Apostle Paul was warning the Israelites about? 70 AD. You know, because that falling away that happened, it started during 70 AD, the Roman siege of Jerusalem, led by Titus, you know, which it started with Vespasian. This Vespasian was the father of Titus, you know, and which led to Domitian, you know, and the wicked Israelite that helped take down the Israelites was Tiberius Julius Alexander, which he was a wicked Israelite, man. You know, so that led to the diaspora, which means this is a Greek word for scattering of the southern kingdom. Now you had mixed in amongst the southern kingdom, you had, you know, different tribes that were still living in Jerusalem. The count of that is with Anna the prophetess, as you read in Luke, the 2nd chapter. So it was still northern kingdom scattered in the land in Jerusalem, but predominantly it was the southern kingdom, Judah, Benjamin, Levi. As the Hebrews will call the Jews, all three tribes, the Jews collectively, you know.
That's right, bro. It says, "Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition."
Right, so the man of sin, the son of perdition, is Esau Edom. Perdition means destruction. Everything he put his hands to, he destroys it. You know, he destroys the natural order of things on the earth. You know, such as the food, the mindset of people. You know, putting these concrete on the floor, man. Not paying these people their true wages, their true income, taxing people, stealing people landmarks and stuff, man. Which he did that to us. When the conquistadors led by Christopher Columbus came over here in 1492, all those voyages that they made was to conquer this land, America, which America was dominated by the northern kingdom, man. You know, the so-called Hispanic and American tribes. You know, making people sick deliberately just so they can make some money in the pharmaceutical industry, man. See?
This is Isaiah. Was that it?
Yeah, that's it.
This is Isaiah 24, verse 4. The earth mourneth and fadeth away. The world languisheth and fadeth away. The hardy people of Isaiah 24 and 4. The earth mourneth and fadeth away.
Why is the earth mourning and fading away? Because the wicked is the rulership, Esau Edom. You know, the laws and commandments is not being made the standard on the earth for the way the people to live and govern their life. So, any way outside the keeping of the laws and commandments, it deviates the true strength of the earth, man.
If the earth mourneth and languisheth away, how much more the people that live on the earth?
It says,
You just brought the Spanish Inquisition with the Spanish
Spanish Inquisition was led by Queen Isabella of Castile and King Ferdinand of Aragon, man. You know, during that time, their whole objective was to unite their kingdom to be Christianity, which for them to do that, the transition of doing that was they had to expel all the Jews, the Israelites that was following Moorish customs. You know, but you still had, you know, Israelites that still knew that they were Israelites. But you had a whole, it was highly concentrated of Israelites into that Moors and stuff, man. You know,
and you know, this truth is out there, man. We in a time where truth, knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, all right, that's trendy. It's being popularized. You got the whole woke movement, you know, but ultimately this is the truth, what we coming with, all right? But then you got the woke movement, just like the elderly man that came up, whispered in my ear, oh yeah, 1507, the Spanish Inquisition of the Jews, you know? People are starting to know things, you know, and then once you start digging deep, you gotta point to the small hats. You're gonna have to point out the small hats, and like the brother brought out, all right, then shall the wicked be revealed, like we're going into, and that's the spirit, man. See, wickedness is getting identified, and it's starting off with the prophets. You know, we shine the light on wickedness. But see how they're gonna try to counter attack this truth is by saying things like anti-S trolls. Oh, that's hate speech, so on and so forth. And they trying to all lump us together and put us in this melting pot called hate speech, so they can do away all of it. You know, they're gonna try to lump us with white supremacists, you know, Nazis, you know, all these different groups. And we were just speaking about that in the chat. But see, one thing that we got that these other groups don't got, we got Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, the true God of the heaven and earth, and his spirit channeling through us to expose the lies and the deceit and all the ill practices done that's being done in the earth when we're using the word, man. Something that this kingdom wants glorified in heaven.
He can't, you know, and that's putting Esau, you know, because if he was to come against the true teachings of the Bible, that would make him a hypocrite. Because you establish your whole economy based upon the teaching of the Bible. So that's a stunning block to you, man. You know, in 1980s, they had one of the presidents. They called it the year of the Bible, man. You know.
This is Luke chapter 8, verse 17. For nothing is secret that shall not be made manifest, neither anything hid that shall not be known and come abroad.
Yeah, because the truth always gonna come out. No matter how much these devils funded all these different religions to hide away the true nationality of the Israelites, you know, that great covenant cast that you put upon the nations of people, guess what? Eventually that covenant cast is going to be uncovered, you know? And it starts off by the awakening of the 12 tribes of Israel, beginning on with the elect, man, you know? And that's why great fear is falling upon them, you know? Because they know the Edomites know, once we come back to our true nationality and being allied with our power, then the Lord is going to judge those same nations that put us in captivity, man. Just as he did in the time of Judges. You know?
Yeah. I got something. This is Isaiah. What you got, something, bro? This is Isaiah 47, verse 1. Come down, sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon.
Right now, the way we can link Esau to virgin daughter of Babylon is the book of Psalms. The book of Psalms 37. But it doesn't, in this chapter, it doesn't talk about, it doesn't mention Esau being the ruler of Babylon the Great. You know, we're going to draw a parallel to the Supreme Power Yahweh Shimon Shai that this is talking about Esau Edom being the ruler of Babylon. Verse 7. Yep.
This is Psalms chapter 137, verse 7. Remember, O Yahweh, the children of Edom in the day of Jerusalem, who said, race it, even to the foundation thereof.
Right, now this happened during the time of the Babylonian Empire, man. Because the Edomites, they were in cahoots with the Babylonians, which was led by Nebuchadnezzar II to bring down the southern kingdom of Judah, Benjamin, and Levi during that time. You know? So they were, can you go to 1 Ezra 4? 1 Ezra 4, 44 through 45. Because Esau played a big part in our downfall during the time of the Babylonian Empire, man. You know?
This is 2nd Esdras chapter 4, verse 44. First Esdras. First Esdras chapter 4, verse 44. And to send away all the vessels that were taken out of Jerusalem, which Cyrus set apart, when he had vowed to destroy Babylon, and to send them again thither. Thou also hast vowed to build up the temple, which the Edomites burned when Judea was made desolate by the Chaldeans.
Right, the Chaldeans, the Babylonians. So Esau was a partakers of the one that destroyed our temple, the first temple. You know, that was created by Solomon. You know, so I just wanted to prove that, you know, these Edomites, they always had a hand in our downfall, man.
Psalms 137, verse 7. Remember, O Yahweh, the children of Edom in the day of Jerusalem, who said, race it, even to the foundation thereof. O daughter of Babylon, who art to be destroyed. Happy shall he be that rewarded thee as thou hast served us.
Yeah, so Esau is synonymous with the daughter of Babylon. You know, this is America. You know, so we should prove that.
It's Isaiah chapter 47, verse 1. Come down, sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon, sit on the ground. There is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans.
Right, you know, and that's just the Lord saying that, you know, your kingdom is going to come down to a screeching halt. It's going to be destroyed. It's going to be as the dust of the ground, man. Brought low, because when the Lord, in the midst of destroying the place of America, there's not going to be no foundation to build upon, man. You know?
For thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate.
Yeah, because this place is at first it was looked at as tender and delicate, you know. Oh, this is a place to be, America.
How are you?
America is the number one, English is the number one language in America. You know, you can't fly a jet without speaking English. The dollar is the number one currency around the world, you know. So this place was looked at as tender and delicate, man, you know. This place was looked at as very precious to be. You know, there's no other place to be in America. You know,
And they still try to hold it up. Specific commercials,
movies,
you know, TV shows. This house, you know, you can buy a house for this. Go to that house and see this, you know, piece of shit.
Yeah.
You know?
See, when the heathens, when they see America on their TVs in their country, every that streets over here is paved with gold. You know?
And you know what? I'm going to say this. Just how Esau tries to paint the picture that when you go to places like Sri Lanka, when you go to places like Thailand, and different areas, you think it's just fucked up, third world country. But then when you go over there, it's actually cool. Yes, areas that's fucked up, but it's actually cool over there. You know, I wouldn't mind living over there if you had to. Esau, he paints a picture of this place being so beautiful. You know, oh, they make a lot of money there. Oh, it's celebrities there. You know, Hollywood. You see actors. All the people are cool. Women have rights. You know, so on and so forth. But then when you come over here, you be like, damn, this shit is just like a third world country, man.
And that's another way how Esau deceived the whole world. You know, by painting the picture that America is this is prosperous golden city, man, and it's not. You know, go to Skid Row, man.
Oh, man.
You know, you would think otherwise if you see that. See that place?
Oh shit, why we even over here in this area? Last week we just saw some Edomites that was doing fentanyl and all kind of meth right behind us while we preaching the gospel of the kingdom.
The streets is messed up, potholes.
Oh, it smell like piss and shit all in certain places.
This Revelation 17:4. And a woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet color, and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls, having a golden cup in her hand full of abomination and filthinesses of her fornication.
And that woman is America. You know, that great harlot, man. Because America is in bed with all these different heathens around the world, man. By foreign policy, by their, you know, the companies that they make in order for them to bring their goods from their countries to America. Because America is the greatest import country in the world. You know, hence why you see on the label of a product made from Taiwan, made from China, made from Bangladesh. Bangladesh. You know, but mostly it's from China, man. You know, the cars, Honda is an Asian car. You know, BMW, that's a German car. You know, so America is a great import country, man.
In fact, these import cars, they last longer than cars that's so-called from here. Chevy, Ford. Get you a Chevy and a Ford, come on now. Damn Dodge. Them Dodge Tarts. Dodge Darts, and then the Chevy Cruisers, bro. As soon as you buy them, you gotta go right to a mechanic. And they new. Our women gonna be looking just like that, too.
America, they don't make stuff that's built to last. That's where they import and export. When you see all you gotta do is go to Chinatown, little Chinatown in LA. You ain't gonna see them boots driving no Chevy Cruisers. They ain't gonna be driving no, you know, Ford Focus.
Nah.
You know?
They're not driving no Hemi Challenger. They know it's garbage.
You see them out here, like we see all these dudes that pass us, they got Fords, man. They got Lexuses, Toyotas, you know, they got Hondas, you know, things of that nature, because they build those cars to last. This place, America doesn't build stuff to last, man. You know?
Even the phones, the iPhone, you know, you get the updates, like, damn, like my phone is worse than it was before I got the update. You know, but it's a certain chip, what I was on. They put a certain chip to program the phone to last for a certain time. Then once you start getting those updates, then, you know, it start messing up the, you know, the internal data and stuff on the phone, which then you have to get another phone. So it's all about making money. It's all about greed with it.
Now look, just watch this dude across the street reading out of the Bible. So I don't know if you're trying to come over here and challenge the bros, been studying. The Lord will have his sword weak.
This verse 5. And upon her forehead was a name written, Mystery Babylon, the great mother of harlots and abominations of the earth.
Yes, because this place is filthy, it's vomit. You know, all the ways of life, the philosophy, the alphabet movement, the feminist spirit, you know, all that is abomination. You know, because in the ancient world, that was not so for a woman to be independent, man. You know, for men to be But you had that back then, but they were stoned according to the law. You know, for man being lovers of their own selves, man. You know, abusers of mankind, you're supposed to put them to death. You know? Because our laws filter out degeneracy, man. You know?
It says, and I saw the woman drunken with the blood of the saints and with the blood of the martyrs of Yahushua. And when I saw her, I wondered with great admiration.
Yeah, because it is written that some of the elect is going to, according to Revelation 24, that some of the elect is going to die in the truth, man. Get their heads beheaded and not taken to see him. You know? So this is already written. So it's already written that some brothers' lots will have to die in the truth. The name of Yahweh Shai, but that's a great reward because their worst is going to follow them. And they're going to be risen up first in the chariots of Israel, man. So it's a win-win situation. Here it is, Jake died for their hood, so-called, you know, died for their street, you know? And you don't get no honor for that in the heavens, man. But if you die for Yahweh Shai, definitely will be honored, man, because Yahweh Shai says, no greater love than this, than a man that laid down his life for his friend, man, for his brother. But that's what Yahweh Shai ultimately did, you know?
Back in Isaiah 47, verse 2. Take the millstone and grind meal. Uncover thy locks, make bare the leg, uncover the thigh, pass over the rivers.
Right now, millstone, now you were using millstone in the ancient world to grind up, you know, the bill and stuff. You know, specific, you know, herbs and stuff. So it can be grounded into powder. You know, so spiritually, the millstone is the truth. Grinding away all these different, you know, Christianity, Muslim, Seventh-day Adventists, Buddhists, you know? Yeah, because millstone is very strong, and his word is a stronghold, you know? Can you go to 2 Corinthians 10, 4? You know, weapons of my warfare. Lord is brought into power all these different ways of life by way of his truth, man. By way of his prophets speaking out on the highways and byways and exposing all these false religions. You see? Like, why would you do that? Then you get hit. You want to give him memorial right there on the corner, say, oh yeah, he was such a good person to the community. Yeah, 2 Corinthians 10 and 4.
This is 2 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 4. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal.
Right. What is our weapon? Word, man. Because Apostle Paul references the word of the Most High as a sharp two-edged sword. You know?
It says, but mighty through Yahweh to the pulling down of strongholds.
This word is mighty, pulling down strongholds, man. Which are beliefs that our people strongly hold on to. You know, black culture, Hispanic culture, Native American culture, being a Christian, believing that the so-called white man, looking at our Lord Yahushua, is the so-called white man. You know, those are strongholds, and we see that every day. Every week we come to camp, they see this picture. This is the devil. And they just get amazed, like, oh wow, you know, because that's a God whom they were trained up from their youth to believe in. So when they see it, they can't, you know, it's like strong meat to them, man. You know, but this is not how the Lord looks, and the scriptures are on the side right there. Like you said one time, if you were a prudent man or prudent women, you would read those scriptures. Oh, let me see, take a picture of it or something. Then go home, read it. You know, but that's why the Lord said my people are foolish and childish children. They have no understanding, man. You know?
Yeah, they're stuck in their ways. They got that, what's that called, Stockholm Syndrome? They go off of, oh, well, my mom did it. My mom said it's correct, so I'm going to just go with that.
That's all I know.
Yep.
They see the food sign, abominable food chart. On Well, my family, it's been running diabetes running my family. You know?
It's just been the type of foods y'all eat running y'all.
Yeah.
You got what? You got like you said, the food sign. You got all these people out here doing this mukbang, Instagram shit, man. The Lord gonna kill a lot of you people by way of food or not having it, man.
No, I remember it was Jake. He had died one time like some years back. I mean, but remember, I met Pastor Hardy the lesson. He had died from touching the shrimp.
Okay.
You know?
You got this guy. His name is Spicy Cam. All this dude do is eat the hottest stuff, you know, on earth, man. He does these hot challenges, three hot challenge trips and stuff. You know what that would do to your insides, man, long run wise? I forgot what they call it, but it's some sort of type of cancer that you can develop by eating too much hot foods, man. You know? And it might not get you right then and there, but that shit'll catch up to you, man.
Because your body needs balance.
Yep.
With certain spicy herbs your body needs. Habanero, chili pepper, you know, turmeric, ginger. Those are all spicy herbs that your body needs. But you know, also your body needs sweets too. Pineapple, watermelon, apples, bananas. So the Lord deals with balance, man. Everything, like you always say, everything can't always be one sided. Your body needs, you know, needs the herbs too, meat and plants.
Verse 5. Casting down imaginations and every high thing that exalted itself against the knowledge of the Most High. And bringing...
That's those different philosophies, man. Those different imaginations. You know, pretty much these different lifestyles that people try to exalt over the truth. And cast them all down, because when you dig into those different lifestyles and philosophies, you'll find out that the practices in those ways of life is adverse to the way of truth, which make it Satanism, man. It's the truth.
And it says, and bringing into captivity every thought to the obedience of Yahweh Shai.
To the obedience of Yahweh Shai, you have to submit yourself unto the Lord. It's the Lord that puts the spirit on you to do that in the first place. You know, but you got to cast out all those things that you knew in the world and be obedient to the truth, man. You know, you have to be fully persuaded in your own mind that this is the truth, this is the gospel. You can't let no other individual change your mindset and believe it otherwise, man. See?
Back in Isaiah 47, verse 3, thy nakedness shall be uncovered. Yeah, thy shame shall be seen.
Yeah, that's when you start being exposed, man. It says in the book that the shameful spewing is upon that glory. You know? For what you did to the Israelites, us. Why is it that in your school system you don't teach about buck breaking? You know? You don't teach about you boiling slaves in hot oil. You know? That you have breeding farms.
Snatching children out of wombs.
Yeah, snatching children out of wombs and dashing like a baseball bat on the tree, man. Cutting off people's hands, to keep them hands off if they didn't get a certain amount of salt for the conquistadors, man. Why you don't teach that in the school system? Because you're ashamed of it. You know that was wrong what you did, man. And that's why it says, he that doeth wrong, wrong shall be done to him. You know?
And they even had, there was an article I read a long time ago about, they call them black Australians, you know, they're the Israelites. The Edomites, man, what they would do to the woman, right? The Israelite woman, they would take spears and jab them in their vaginas, man. And then what they would do with the man was they would chop his rod off and let him run around till he bled out. You know? So there's a lot of things through the spirit, like the brother said, that these devils are ashamed of. And yeah, go ahead, be ashamed, but also too through the spirit, those are specific things that you're gonna have to pay. You don't chop no man's rod off, man, to let him run around till he bleed out and die, man. You know?
Yeah. And it shows just some atrocities But Esau did. Now this book,
Be careful. Second channel, that's how I took it. That last camp, I showed all that.
oh, okay. You're black. Yeah, so it's a book you can get. I wish we got the book, but we don't want to show the images because they can take down a channel for that. But it's a book called Without Sanctuary, and it's basically going to the atrocities that Esau did to us post-slavery. Which he was hanging us, and, like we were saying, cutting off our people rods, cutting off our people rods and put them in containers as trophies. He was doing that to the Irish too. It was the Irish were Israelites, man.
Lamentations 4 and 21. Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwelleth in the land of Uz. The cup also shall pass through unto thee. Thou shalt be drunken and shalt make thyself naked.
Yeah, that cup is in slavery. Because all the wicked is going to drink the dregs of the cup. So you're going to drink that, the most bitterest part of slavery known to mankind. Because it says in Revelation 2 that you shall rule them with a rod of iron. And you notice that word, I believe it's rod, it means harsh captivity, harsh rulership. So that's what the Israelites are going to do to you Edomites in the future, any other heathen nation.
It says, the punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. He will no more carry thee away into captivity. He will visit thine iniquity, O daughter of Edom. He will discover thy sins.
Yeah, the Lord is doing that right now, discovering their sins by way of the prophets, man. Even amongst their own kind, whistleblowers coming out with their plans. The population agenda, population control agenda, that they want to exterminate a certain amount of people. You got the Georgia Guidestones, which that was recently destroyed. So it's a high impact on the Edomites being revealed and shown what they really are. They're not these peaceful Christian people that they portray themselves.
All right, this is Psalm 64, verse 7. But the Most High shall shoot at them with an arrow, suddenly shall they be wounded. That's ultimately by way of the ICBM missiles, thermonuclear destruction, being sent to Babylon the Great, which is America during World War III. But the Lord is also shooting at them by way of this truth. Because Isaiah said, in the book of Isaiah, it speaks about how the Lord have made me a sharp arrow in his quiver. So we're like weapons that the Lord is using, and he's shooting us at the elites. We're entering in the gates of the nobles by way of preaching and teaching the truth. All right? And once again, Psalm 64 and 7, but the Most High shall shoot at them with an arrow, suddenly shall they be wounded. Esau is wounded, man. Once we go into the history and all the intricacies that was done throughout his history, and we made it with the prophecies, that's a wound to Esau. To where, like we read in this Psalm, Isaiah the 47th chapter, he's falling down. He's coming down. He's coming down from that high and lifted up in royal position. Oh, the right man.
In order for them to get to that, how they got to that royal position was what? Through the downfall of the Israelites.
Yeah.
Of the atrocious acts that you did to the Israelites, man. Because you didn't get this kingdom by, through goodwill. You gotta do vain deceit, robbery. Can you get that in the Sirach 10?
Verse 8. So they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves.
Yeah, that's the whistleblowers, man, that come out and expose the elites of Esau, their agendas and stuff, man. What they want to do in the next 10 years, and they ordered 20,000 guillotines,
Stuff about the two shot and
yeah.
how, this and that.
Yeah. So these are insiders.
Like an Alex Jones
to be there,
You had one of the big ass camcorders. Oh,
right?
So
Yeah. You know, for you to be there, man, it's high level security there.
he was invited, and maybe somebody dropped the camera down there or something. Smoked the camera.
And that's another revealing of the wicked, the Bohemian Grove, man. A lot of Israelite women, men and women that go missing, that's never found, best believe they got sacrificed there. The child trafficking, human trafficking, you know. What was that they had a couple years ago? It was called, they had like code words for like child pornography.
Pizzagate.
Yeah, Pizzagate.
Oh, you gotta be careful.
Pizzagate.
You better believe they wasn't in that Bohemian Grove. It's just one sacrifice. That's it. You know, they was doing. It's like a party to them, man. Go there, drink some blood, and you can only, you don't want to imagine it, but through the spirit you gotta bring it to life, because you can only imagine what these devils do, man. You know, just like how we do what we do. You know, we're alone. We present our bodies as a living sacrifice. This is high-end stuff on the right-hand side, so imagine what they have to do to uphold and keep their self in their power, so to speak, man.
Yeah.
You know?
And like you said, you know, they sacrificing a lot. You know, when we were in a position of power and it came to us doing particular sacrifices for the Lord, you'll read about 3,000 goats, you know, 2,000 lambs that were sacrificed on this day. So just imagine those numbers Esau doing at those groves. You know, you bringing a truck full of blinded Israelite women, which we know is judgment, but this stuff is still going on.
And the ones that's doing it is the ones that's in high regard in society. You know, your politicians, your presidents, those are the main people that's doing those things that you will never think they would do. You know, movie stars. Shit, Denzel probably did that.
And I mean, and they do these sacrifices to satisfy their gods. Let me get a Psalm. Was it 106? Real quick. Switch teachers.
Hey, and they always done that, though. You know, even when you read back in the scriptures, you know, in the ancient world, these heathens, man, they always sacrifice to the gods to so-called appease them, man.
Yeah.
You know?
You gotta remember, everything has a righteous side and a wicked side to it, man.
Psalms 106, verse 37. It says, yeah, they sacrifice their sons and their daughters unto devils.
Yeah, so, you know, let's go into some history, right? These were the Canaanites, and then, you know, the different, you know, nations that were in our land prior to us getting there, right? It was the 7 nations of Ham, the Perizzites, the Jebusites, Canaanites, so on and so forth. So they was doing all this wickedness in the land of Jebus, all right, which was changed to the land of Israel.
Psalms 106:35. It says, but were mingled among the heathen and learned their works.
Talking about the Israelites. The Israelites were mingled among these heathens, and they learned of their works. They saw how they did particular things. They saw how they worshiped their gods. They saw the different apparel that they wore. Learned the language. You know.
It says, verse 36. And they served their idols, which were a snare unto them.
Yeah, it was a stumbling block. It was a trap. You know, just like during the time of Antiochus Epiphanes IV, during the Hellenistic period of the southern kingdom of Israel. You know, you had some Israelites that willingly accepted that Hellenization. Started worshiping the god Zeus, you know. Started sacrificing swine upon the altar. They took on that Greek apparel.
Verse 37. Yeah, they sacrificed their sons and their daughters unto devils.
Yeah, so you had nations doing that, and then Israel saw that, and they started doing that. And just like you see today, you see these nations, Moab, Ammon, Edom, they prosper. They live in the hills. They drive in brand new Mercedes Benzes. Jake see that, and they're willing to do anything it takes in order to live like a so-called white man. You know, oh, we gotta. Hey, this is how the white people do it. You can hear that conversation, don't y'all? Oh well, shit. You know, the white man, shit. Asians, they stick together. You know.
Yeah, it's to check on my job. Go to an art institute school, and when I see him, when he see like his own people that look like him, I can tell he hate his own people. Man. Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm going to this. I go to art institute school, nigga.
Pristine art institute.
Yeah. You know, being allied with Moabites and shit. It says, verse 38, it shed innocent blood, even the blood of their sons and of their daughters.
Yeah, so yeah, you know, this is like sacrificing their own children. You know, watch that movie, the Native American movie. Yeah, Apocalypto. You know, sacrificing children on there.
It says, whom they sacrificed unto the idols of Canaan, and the land was polluted with blood.
Yeah, murder.
Thus were they defiled with their own works, and went a-whoring with their own inventions. Therefore was the wrath of the Lord kindled against his people, and so much that he abhorred his own inheritance.
Yeah, boy, he turned his face from it. You know, which that means the Lord, you know, he took away that wisdom. Because what is it, number 6? It speaks about having faith shine. You know, you pray to the Lord to have his face shine upon thee and give thee wisdom. So when the Lord turned his face, we didn't have the coverage, you know? We didn't have the names to call on to get delivered, especially during slavery and them different times.
It says, verse 38, well, 39, 40. Therefore was the wrath of the Lord kindled against his people, and so much that he abhorred his own inheritance, and he gave them into the hand of the heathen, and they that hated them ruled over them.
Yep, yep.
Yeah,
and that's a perpetual thing. You know, the reason why we're in this condition now is because of the sin and iniquity that we have transgressed against the Lord. So the Lord raised up a base nation, these Edomites, gave them power, took power away from us, and the Lord had it to where we became servants and slaves.
Because even that's why Ezra, he was complaining like, man, like, here it is, we did wrong, we judge us quick. But the heathens, you know, they sacrifice to their idols, they just prospering, and it seems like you're not even judging them. You know?
Well, at the end of the day, it's because of prophecy. That's why the Lord had these nations preserved, let them accumulate their sin and iniquity, because they had certain, you know, lots in the earth to fulfill, and we had ours.
And that's another thing. The Lord doesn't love them.
Yeah.
You know? See, the world will get it misconstrued that when you catch a hell, that's when the Lord hates you. No. You know, the scripture says, you know, despise not the chastening of the Lord. You know, for whom the Lord loveth, he chasteneth. If you are without chastisement, then you are bastards and not sons. These heathens, they're bastards. They don't have a father, a heavenly father, the Most High. We do though.
Huh? Yeah,
Now this is Jeremiah chapter 2, verse 20. For of old time I have broken thy yoke and burst thy bands, and thou didst, and thou saidest, I will not transgress. When upon every high hill and under every green tree thou wanderest, playing the harlot. Yet I have planted thee a noble vine, holy, a right seed. How then art thou turned into the degenerate plant of a strange vine unto me? For though thou wash thee with nitre and take thee much soap, yet thine iniquity is marked before me, said Yahweh. How canst thou say, I not gone after Baalim. See thy way in the valley. Know what thou hast done. Thou art a swift dormitory, traversing her ways.
Yeah, animal bucking up. So yeah, Jake, although Jake would, clean themselves on an hour, like I said, although you wash yourself with nitrate, right? Because nitrate or charcoal is what purifies water, right? So although Jake would try to clean up the outward, the inward is still polluted. They were still worshiping different gods, They were still following after the way of those heathens. And that's where the practice of baptism comes from. It was a symbolic thing for being cleansed. This time, Jake, they would clean the outward, but it was still wicked.
It says, a wild ass used to the wilderness that snuffeth up the wind at her pleasure in her occasion, who can turn her away? All they that seek her will not weary themselves in her month, they shall find her. Withhold thy foot from being unshod, and thy throat from thirst. But thou saidest, there is no hope. No, for I have loved strangers, and after them will I go.
Yeah, these other gods, man. Because we're likened unto the woman of the Heavenly Father. So when that woman stepped out or worshiped other gods, that was adultery or idolatry. So Israel started worshiping other gods, started worshiping, as it says, strangers, people that she wasn't familiar with.
As the thief is ashamed when he is found, so is the house of Israel ashamed. They, their king, their princes, and their priests, and their prophets, saying to a stock, thou art my father, and to a stone, thou hast brought me forth.
Those are idols, stocks, stones, different things. Jake was worshiping things, man. They was worshiping shit that they made. They'd take a tree, cut it up, fashion it like unto a man. You see Caesar Borgia, and he's, people was making these different idols, and then they would carry them, or they'd have it in their houses worshiping it. Meanwhile, they need a bigger base for it to stand upright. Anybody could come in and knock it down. But Jake thought that those idols could deliver them from calamity, which makes no sense.
It says, thou hast brought me forth, for they have turned their back unto me, and not their face. But in the time of their trouble, they will say, arise and save us.
Yeah. See, right now, this Israelite thing is making a lot of noise. All right, social media, and, different, sports, entertainment, so on and so forth. Right? And a lot of people know about the truth. We get countless people that walk up. There was a dude that came up and said, Shalom, Israelites, or whatever. A little young Jake dude. Now, a lot of people that know about this truth. But guess what? When calamity, famine, death, destruction, peril come, then they gonna want to try to, figure out where we at. See, right now, the society is up and running efficiently. You can still go and get gas, go and get food, get you a job. The infrastructure is still, pretty much intact. But soon as that economic collapse happens, soon as there's no food in the grocery stores, all right, you got riot, chaos, iniquity, you got women getting raped, so-called white men come down to your neighborhood, snatch you up, killing you, have you obey the local ordinances that they putting up. Because he's finna come with that draconian legislation. And right now, there's a looming strike with the railroad industry, man. The Lord willing, I'm praying. We all should be praying that the Lord put the spirit on them to make that happen, because that's going to cripple this economy. And when you examine Esau, this will be in his best interest to cripple the economy. Number one, it's so much inflation. It's a debt and financial crisis. You got people, can't even finance a $500 problem, man. So the people is made weak, and then add on that railroad strike, that'll spell chaos all throughout this place, man. All the comfort that you women are used to having is gonna be taken away. You know, you women not gonna be able to use cell phones and Google and all these different things that you've grown accustomed to. We can take that just 15. Yeah.
Finishing off, it says, but in the time of their trouble, they will say, arise and save us.
Yeah, so all hell breaking loose, people's gonna be trying to find men of the Lord, and they're gonna be seeking how to get delivered out of this situation. But it's gonna be too late, man. It's gonna be too late. Because when it's blood running in the streets, the doors of mercy is closed, man.
Verse 28 is that. But where are thy gods that thou hast made thee? Let them arise if they can save thee in the time of thy trouble.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna be telling these women too. You know, scriptures speak about, you know, groups of women coming to one man, right? We're gonna be telling these women, hey, go to deal with all the niggas of the world you was dealing with. You know, and that's how the Lord gonna be dealing with Jake. Oh yeah, go to Esau. Go down to Egypt for help. You know? Go to your job. You know, you all that blood, sweat, and tears you did for your job, go to your boss. See if he can come open the doors for you. Go to the different religions that you worship. Go see if Virgin Mary is saved.
These women, they be heartless, man. You know, here it is, they don't have no emotion, affection. When they do us wrong, but they want us to feel bad.
Going to the park. We're gonna go to restaurant.
Stuff, you know, when we do them wrong. So, you know?
Oh yeah, but see, the Lord, he putting a cold spirit on us, man. He putting a cold spirit on us, man. You ain't gonna have no simps amongst the men of the Lord. But simp is short for simple. You're not gonna have simpletons amongst the men of the Lord, man. And the spirit of the Lord is gonna be dealing with the men of the Lord, man. We're gonna be able to discern good and evil accurately.
The only way they call us doing a woman wrong is based on a westernized mind state. Because us brothers, you know, we have an easternized, the scriptures teach you an easternized mind state. We can have more than one woman, you know? Ain't no such thing as a man doing a woman wrong for having another woman, man, because that's their definition in this society. Oh, he did me wrong, he did me dirty, he popped another woman, you know?
It's going to be found out that men have not done these women bad, man. I mean, unless you just left her for dead, then feed her, then clothe her, then provide a, you know, roof over her head, you know, but it's going to be found out that y'all women have done men more wicked than men have done women wicked. Because that's what, if can we get that law 2 real quick? What is it, Exodus 23, Paul? See, it's going to be found out that a man, all a man has to do for a woman is give her clothes, a place to live, and food and sex.
Yeah, because a man is supposed to be the provider and the protector for a woman. You know, and that's the natural order of things. A man's supposed to provide and protect. You know, and a woman is supposed to be obedient to her husband, man. They're to take care of the children, guide the house when the father is home. You know.
This is Exodus chapter 21, verse 10. If he take him another wife.
Yeah, because we have multiple wives in our heritage. In our heritage, we don't have just one wife. That's what the white man taught us. And that benefit the black woman, the Hispanic woman, and the American woman. But in our heritage, we have more than one wife. But we had a particular role over them. Go ahead.
Yep. If he take him another wife,
That's in the commandments. This is in the Bible. That's in the commandments. If he take him another wife, which means we have multiple women. Go ahead.
her food, her raiment, and her duty of marriage shall he not diminish.
So if a man has a wife and then he gets another one, the one that he's had, he still have to take care of her. You know?
I don't
Duty-
disagree with that.
Okay, that's good.
I
Well,
don't-
that makes you an
It makes a
antichrist.
lot of sense.
Oh, you said you do?
I don't disagree.
Oh,
I
you don't
agree.
disagree. Oh, okay. Good.
This is justice. I'm dealing with y'all for a second. Y'all doing y'all Israelite thing?
Yeah.
I don't listen to what y'all talk about.
Right.
I'm gonna do. I'm just black. Y'all my boss.
Say it again.
Y'all done preaching?
Oh no, we still preaching.
Y'all done my problem.
You got some questions?
No, I'm just gonna listen.
Oh, okay.
What's up?
All right. What
I do need a press with my head though.
huh?
I like to, I do need a press with my head. That problem is
Okay. All right.
on that, I'll be at the beach too, right?
There's
Other brothers.
there's Israelites that be there. All right. We're gonna get back to the lesson. Go ahead.
It says, and if he do not these things, these three unto her, then shall she go out free without money.
Yeah. So we had to make sure we took care of our women according to the law, right? Now, we want to go to 2 Ezra 15 real quick. We're a little everywhere, but that's how the spirit is.
2nd Ezra 15 and verse 1. Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy which I will put in thy mouth, saith Yahweh Bashem Shai.
All right, so we're supposed to be speaking of prophecies of the Lord. You know what the word prophecy means? Yeah. That's exactly what it is. Prophecy. Yeah, speaking things before they come into existence. So that's what. If we can have you come right here, we can edify you too, bro. Now, read that again real quick.
2nd Ezra 15 and 1. Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord.
So we are set up to talk about the prophecies in the Bible, right? Because we teach our people that we're Israelites. That's one part. But understanding the future and the things that's going to surely come to pass, that's another part, right? Because you do know that America, which is Babylon the Great, is going to be destroyed by thermonuclear destruction. Okay? Everything that you see here, from the cars to the street to these buildings, is going to be turned into dust, ashes. And that's going to happen during World War III, or as the scriptures call Armageddon. So before then, the Lord is going to gather his men, the elect, which the elect include men, women, and children, but it starts off with the men.
So this is just the breastplate of what the priests wore in the ancient world. So we just pattern our garments based upon the customs of our heritage according to the Bible.
So before that destruction comes, the Lord is going to gather his people by the word. All right? Let's get Baruch chapter 4, last verse. Real quick.
Thank you, Jesus.
Hold on. Let's get back.
Right.
Yeah, my bad, bro.
What?
Yeah, we just going to keep it right here.
I was doing that.
Huh?
I was going in the background. Sitting outside the bar.
Oh, no. We going to have us right here because we got
What?
people watching. Yeah.
I'm
Sorry
still,
about that,
y'all should have told me that, bro.
Yeah,
Me, because I got something good. I got to give by myself too, bro.
Yeah. We apologize, bro. It's a lot. Yeah, if we could just keep it right here, then we'll feel free to edify. Okay. That's right, bro.
I'll get y'all some other time, bro.
All right. Have a good one.
It's good.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Proverbs 15
Oh yeah, soft answer generate rap. Yeah, he had spirits on him. You know, and he probably felt a certain way because the brother pushed him. You know, but we tried to quench it though. You know, because it could have got ugly. You know, because he got emotional. You know, because that's how Jake is, right? He knew about the Israelite thing, and that showed you, man. That was a Jake with clearly with mental problems, man, but he knew about the Israelite thing. You know, he probably live out here on the street somewhere. He knew about the Israelite thing, but he just got offended when we came with order up here, man. Look, you're not finna be standing behind us, bro. We didn't even want you to stand by the backpacks, man.
You can't just walk up on a man like that.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, I'm not like that's like me letting him get behind us. You know what I'm saying? Like, that'll make me look like, oh, you just if something was to happen, like he had some sort of type of weapon or something, I'll let him go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Get offended. Yeah. I get offended all the time. At the end of the day, it's an army, man. It's an army of the Lord. We are trying to be tough, so I feel cool.
Oh, you got it.
You know, we're not here to be tough or anything, but ain't nobody, like the brother said, just don't walk up on, or you ask first for one. You don't just walk up on grown men like that. You know.
And now we got to go back into the camp etiquette, man.
Yep.
Go back to the camp etiquette. We were just going into this. Was it last week? We're going back into it again. Now, when you newly tuning in, Akim, come into faith, and you go to a camp, don't be hasty to utter anything. Don't run up on a man of the Lord, because we don't know you. You know, we meet all kind of different bugged out people out here, man. People with foul spirits, people that want to, in their imaginations, want to hurt men of the Lord. We dealing with undercover cops, agents, we dealing with people that were sent from other organizations to try to come challenges. We deal with a lot of different stuff out here on the highways and the byways. When we out here, you're going to see us looking around and all that being circumspect. But there's a particular way in which you got to govern yourself when you come and visit the camps.
Ecclesiastes 5:1. Keep thy foot when thou goest to the house of the Most High.
This is the house of the Most High. The Most High dwelling in us. All right? And when there's 2 or 3 gathered in the midst, the Lord is in the midst of that, man. So what it's saying is, keep thy foot when thou goest to the house of the Most High. When you come to the man of the Lord, don't be running your mouth.
It says, and be more ready to hear than to give the sacrifice of fools, for they consider not that they do evil.
Yeah, be ready to hear. This is something for you to listen to, man. Yeah, you may have questions and all that, but there's a time and a place. There's a time and a place to do that. Now he came up, he acknowledged, with the Israelites. That's good. But then he wanted to come and sit and listen. Now he was right here by our personal belongings, but through the Spirit of the Lord, we was able to guide him over here. So we began to teach him, ask him certain questions because, we want to see where he was at. But then he crossed the line, invaded the brother privacy, right? Saying that he want to stand behind us and be on camera, man. So the brother, politely got him off, but he got offended. And like it say in Ecclesiastes, out of the mouth you can entice a flame, and out of your mouth you can quench a flame. So we quenched it. So after that he got on. But at the end of the day, there's a way in which you gotta, approach the camps, man. Don't do that fanboy shit.
Compliment.
Flattery, fanning out. Oh, y'all oh, we were just saying that too. Remember? Oh, your garment, man. Wasn't we just saying that last week?
When he did that, I thought I immediately thought what you just said last week.
Yeah. For our last camp video, we were speaking about don't come up to the camp. We was doing a camp etiquette lesson. Don't come up to the camp talking about all the garments, the fringes. Oh man, touching all on the brothers. Don't do that, man. Don't think you get a pass to just invade our privacy just because you acknowledge that you're an Israelite.
That's what any man. Street etiquette, man. Older brothers in the faith will tell you brothers, no, you don't walk up on no 3 dudes, man. Especially what do you want to be on the camera for? Like the brother said, he had spirits on him still, He's not about to just let people come up here and do what they want.
He probably wanted to steal our phones. But he kept looking at the phones and stuff. But the Spirit of the Lord didn't have him do that.
Yeah. Hey, we don't know what type of great work that the Lord. He probably known knucklehead to be just fighting people. The Lord had him just get on a bike and got on. So, at the end of the day, you want to always give praise to the Lord. We get that in Proverbs. You want to give the Lord thanks in everything, man. Because let's say, for instance, if we wasn't in the right spirit, the Lord could have had him just turned up on us.
That's why the Lord said, "Thou dwellest among briars and scorpions." Jake that's agitated quickly. You say one word you say against them, they'll pop off.
That's our script. Hey, that's why I came out there too. That's watching, man. Make sure you circumspect. In all things, make sure you always looking around your surroundings when you're out on the street corners. Make sure you're reading people's spirits, man. Make sure because people are known by the way that they walk and talk, man. So make sure you read people's spirits, man.
Yeah. See, when you on a keyboard and you at the house, you ain't got no pressure on you. You can watch these different camps and see how emboldened they are. Like the Weefy prophets. You can see them, but remember, it's 10, 15, 20 of them. But it's only 3 of us. So you got to deal with wisdom out here, unless you want to just be fighting people every time.
You don't want that.
You don't want to be out here fighting. You just want to teach the word of the Most High. Now I want to just get this out real quick in Proverbs 3. Huh? Oh, yeah.
Proverbs 3 and 6. In all thy ways acknowledge him.
And everything that you do, acknowledge the Lord, man. Because the Lord incorruptible spirit is in all things. So when he came up and he peacefully backed up and got on his bike and left, that could have been very well a great deliverance, man, because he looked like a knucklehead. He had tattoos. I don't know if y'all saw it, but he had tattoos all right here, all over his face, you could tell. And then he was doing his little gang stands, that prison gang stand shit, So you could tell he got some type of background. Yeah. And demons, they be having incredible strength. Hey, shout out.
What camp is this?
This is G, man.
Proverbs 3 and 6. In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy paths.
Yeah. So acknowledge the Lord in everything, man. What may appear to be a simple, something that's not as big, it could have been, man. When the brother pushed him off, he could have came back with a right or something. Or he could have just kicked over all the cameras and shit.
Like Pastor said, would Jake be aggressive?
Yeah.
That's true, man. That's why, the Lord said, I have made thy face harder than theirs. So you got to be hard coming out here. That's why Yahweh Shai was like that.
Yeah.
He grew up in Nazareth, at that time was a bad area, like the hood. So Yahweh Shai, he had to come up in a rough upbringing, man, because how Jake is.
Yeah, the type of environment he was in.
Yeah,
And you do got to be hard. Well, it says in, can we get it, Ezekiel 4? Make your forehead hard against theirs. You can't be no punk ass weak. Not saying that we got to come out here strong and just, ready to nut up, but you can't be weak-minded out here, man. Because we out here in the elements, we dealing with all kind of spirits, man. You got it. What's that? Forehead hard against theirs? think it's the fourth. Maybe might be the third one. Hold on, Aki. We looking for precepts, and that's another thing that you don't see on these other camps. You don't see brothers having to go into the sword, look for the precepts. You know, the videos you be watching from the Wi-Fi prophets and Sakari, they be chopped up. This is raw and uncut. Look, if we don't remember what a precept at, we gotta hop on the Urim and the Thummim and find it. You know? Gotta ask another brother. You know, hey bro, you know what it's at? That brother may know.
Ezekiel 3, verses 8 through 9. It says, Behold, I have made thy face strong against their faces, and thy forehead strong against their foreheads. As an adamant harder than flint, have I made thy forehead. Fear them not, neither be dismayed at their looks, though they be a rebellious house.
Yeah, so the Lord put the spirit on us to deal with the people in our environment, man. You know? Once again, the Lord put the spirit on us to deal with the people in our environment. And you deal with all kind of spirits out here. Do you know you're an Israelite?
Huh?
Do you know that you're an Israelite?
Who was alive?
Israelite. You are of the northern kingdom. And we're going to tell you how the northern kingdom got here. Let's get 2nd Esdras 14.
How about 10 Commandments?
We'll get to that next.
I like the picture on your shirt.
Fine. All right. So we're going to go into how the Native Americans, Hispanics got to the Americas.
How about 10 Commandments?
And then we'll get to the 10 Commandments after
But
that.
I like the picture on your
Thank
shirt.
you. Thank you.
2nd Esdras 13 and verse 40. It says, Those are the 10 tribes which were carried away prisoners out of their own land in the time of Hosea the king.
Now Hosea was the king of Israel.
But how about about the pictures?
Oh, this is just a picture.
The 10
brother.
Commandments.
This is just a picture. All right. So now what it's saying, Hosea.
Let's go.
Hosea
Come on.
was the last king of
Read
the
that to
northern
me.
kingdom
Read that to
before they got exiled into Assyria. Go ahead.
Nah, I'm alright.
It says, Whom Salmanaser the king of Assyria led away captive, and he carried them over the waters, and so came they into another land.
Yeah, the waters was the Euphrates, right? Because they came into Assyria. Right?
But they took this counsel among themselves that they will lead the multitude of the heathen and go forth into a further country where never mankind dwelt.
So you have the northern kingdom, right? The 10 tribes, which today make up the Hispanics, the Native Americans, the Puerto Ricans, the Dominicans, those tribes, right?
Puerto Ricans, oh my God, Puerto Ricans, you come out with
So the
that
10
sentence.
tribes, they took counsel amongst themselves to come to America. Now, America was a land where never mankind dwelt. Nobody came here and pitched tents here.
Right.
However, we came to America to get resources and bring it back to Israel. And that happened during the time of Solomon, when he had Canaanites, which were seafaring men, coming to the Americas to get substance and resources for the king. Now let's
But
keep
how
reading.
about 10 Commandments
Well,
when it
almost
says you do?
It says, But they took this counsel among themselves that they will lead the multitude of the heathen and go forth into a further country where never mankind dwelt, that they might there keep their statutes which they never kept in their own land.
There go the commandments right there. So the northern kingdom, they want to come to this world, which we know today as America, to keep the commandments, right? Go ahead, bro.
Verse 43. And they enter into Euphrates by the narrow passages of the river.
Now it's going into the journey that they took to get over here. So they went through the narrow passages. They went through the river Euphrates. All right. Go ahead.
It says, For the Most High then shew signs for them, and held still the flood till they were passed over.
Now in that area going into East Africa, you know, going down to Madagascar, the waters is very turbulent there. So what the Lord did with his divine power was he stayed still.
So when we say about idolatria, idolatria,
what does that mean?
just like make you adore some kind of those statues like Egyptian.
No, the Egyptians had us in slavery. The Egyptians had you and I in slavery.
Who do they adore?
The door?
Who do they preached to?
Who? The Egyptians?
Yes.
They preach to their own people. Now, let's keep reading.
It says, verse 44, for the Most High then showed signs for them and held still
Before
the flood
you, it was me.
till they were passed over. For through that country there was a great way to go, namely of a year and a half in the same region. It's called Ashereth.
Yeah, Asher breaks down to another land. Now, from where they were captive in Assyria, coming all the way to the New World, the Americas, it took them a year and a half to get here. That's how the Native Americans got here.
Native
the
Americans.
Hispanics, that's who they know today. But biblically, they're known as Gad, Reuben,
How about Guatemala?
Asher. Huh?
How about Guatemala?
Guatemala, yeah, Guatemala. The people that inhabit Guatemala, their biblical nationality is Zebulon. This is what they're known as today, and this is their biblical nationality.
Egyptians.
The Egyptians were Hamites. Okay,
Who do they adore?
who do they?
Image and what? What else? What it says? What it says? If you have it.
It says,
Exodus 20.
Crime finna happen. Watch out.
Exodus 20.
for through that country there was a great way to go,
Man, this all thunder.
namely of a year and a half in the same region. It's called Ashereth. Then dwelt they there until the latter time, and now they shall begin to come. The highest shall stay in the springs of the stream again,
You can't
that
be
they may
there.
go through. Therefore sawest thou the multitude of peace.
Yeah, so what the Lord did for the northern kingdom to get here, he would do it again for the southern kingdom when they came here during the transatlantic slave. So the Bible tells us how the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom, which make up the 12 tribes, which the 12 tribes are so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. We're the true biblical Israelites. And we know that we're the true Israelites because of the prophecies. The prophecies in the Bible tells us what happened to these people in the latter days.
How about your tattoo?
This is when I was in the world. This is all wickedness. I repented from getting tattoos.
Because, the southern kingdom had to come back to be unified with their brothers.
Yeah.
The northern kingdom.
Yeah.
And the transatlantic slave trade started with the northern kingdom.
Oh, yeah.
When Christopher Columbus came over here and started.
That's why I wonder
sending,
why you about your picture. I'm a Christian. I'm a Christian, and I preach to God every single day. So my brothers and sisters, they stay alive and
That's right.
they stay safe and everything. Stay good and
So we're gonna finish preaching.
faithful. Stay
Right.
faithful.
Good, good. Well, we'll have a good day, and we're gonna get back to our lesson. So now,
But you have a camera right
yeah.
here.
So let's get back to 2 Esdras 15. Oh yeah. He's gonna check the time on the camera, and then we're gonna get back to 2 Esdras 15.
What does the camera mean?
Yeah. Long suffering.
You're trying, God.
like some
bro.
Crime, man. Crime getting caught behind us, bro. Crime getting caught
He's gonna
behind
try you soon.
us. Who?
After this.
Okay. Let's go.
Second Esdras 15.
Yeah.
Second Esdras 15 and verse. That's how I'm going again. Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord.
So we're out here to teach the prophecies to the Lord's people, which are the Israelites.
You tried, God.
Huh?
Try.
All right now, sister.
All right, my brother.
All right now.
Verse 2. And cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true.
So the prophecies are written on paper, which are in the Bible.
You
And they're
tried,
faithful.
God.
And they're faithful and true, meaning they're going to come.
For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness.
And we talk about the 2/3 getting put to death here. in
No,
Babylon
you
the
just
Great.
can't try your father.
Now, the 2/3
You would tell me something
Israelites
else, but you.
that will get destroyed.
I'm the only kid that
Whether
was gonna
famine,
tell you this,
whether
like this.
Esau, Edom
What
coming
is all
down,
these
great
pictures
wrath,
right there?
Or when World War III happens and they shoot missiles upon Babylon the Great, which is America, right? They all gonna die here, 2/3. And 2/3 are people that are unbelievers, scoffers, naysayers.
You tried God
gainsayers,
once.
all right? People that try to discredit what we
Pray
bring
for
out, so
forgiveness.
on and
That's
so
all
forth.
my message to you. Pray for forgiveness.
Good. That's good.
Verse 5. Behold, the Lord,
Pray for
I will bring
forgiveness,
plagues
child.
upon the world.
It said, I will bring plagues upon the world. So the Lord is bringing these different worldly events that we see happening today. You know, when the famine comes, when insurrection comes, all right? When Esau, Edom come down with great wrath, when he pushed out this implantable technology with his new financial system, that's the Lord doing that. He's putting spirits on these people to fulfill what he wants to be done in the earth, man. I saw a brother make this post. He said, everybody is filling out their lots in the last days. You know, you got the prophets doing what they doing. You got Esau doing what they doing. You got these spirits out here doing what they doing. And for about 10 minutes, we had an uptick in demons coming up to the camp, man. There's one foul spirit that came up after another one, crime being fought behind us. You know?
At all places.
Man,
Right here.
that's why the camps ain't for the faint-hearted. And you gotta, when there's all kind of adversity and all kind of wild shit happening around you, you gotta keep your cool, man. You gotta keep your cool at all times through the spirit. You gotta rule your spirit, man.
This Amos 3 and 6. Shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people not be afraid? Shall there be evil done in the city, and the Lord hath not done it?
Yeah, so we blowing that trumpet. Like it's saying, Joel, the second chapter. Blow you the trumpet in Zion and sound an alarm in my holy mountain. So we out here on the highways and the byways lifting up our voice like a trumpet. We sounding that alarm, man. You know, but these people ain't getting ready for the battle. Now the elect is, but not these other people. That's why they're gonna get caught out here and destroyed. You know?
Shall there be evil in the city, and the Lord have not done it?
Yeah.
Because when there's, which evil just basically means, when you go to the etymology of it, you know what I mean, it just means Eve means time and ill means bad. So it means bad times. So how the brother, like the brother's reading in 2nd Esdras, the 15th chapter, it's the Lord that is doing these specific things for these bad times to come. You know, when you hear about LGBTQ club getting shot up, man, and a specific amount of people get put to death, it was the Lord that did it. That the brother brought out that Walmart shooting. It was the Lord that did it. These Black Friday, I bet you it was hella chaos, man.
Oh man, yeah.
Robins and things like that. It was the Lord that did it, man. You know?
I seen one Jay. They was fighting over TV.
Yeah.
But it was like the TV wasn't in the box. And I'm like, why wasn't it in the box?
I seen that.
You
They
know?
just going up there just taking the TV
Yeah.
off and wanting body.
And then they was fighting over the TV. He just dropped it, and then the other one, he was just gonna step on the screen like.
I saw one where a little boy was holding some merchandise in the hand and Edomite bitch snatched it out of his hand. It's real cutthroat.
All that Black Friday stuff goes back to just a slave being marked down in price. You know, it's what they do is they hike the prices of stuff up all year round, and then they just bring it down to its regular price that it's originally at, and they price it as being discounted. You know, and you people fall for it, man. Here it is. January 1st starts. This TV was $300, and they hike it up to $500, $700 year round. And by the time this time comes Black Friday sale, you know, they put it back down to $300, man. And you niggas be going crazy over it, man.
And so we'll get back to 2nd Esdras 15.
2nd Esdras 15 and verse 5. Behold, said the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction.
Yeah, so the Lord is going to be putting these spirits out here, man. And these spirits is created for vengeance. It's created for destruction. You know? Because it's time for the Lord to work because they have made void thy law, man. They don't want to hear the truth. They don't want to repent and convert, worship the true power. So therefore, judgment is going to be going out on a high level. You know? Like right now, it's a whole bunch of people sick right now. You know? A whole bunch of people sick right now. They're saying the hospitals is getting back full. They call them the triple demic. You know? Then you got people out here just protesting their wages at their jobs. Everybody driving like a bat out of hell. Your family relationships is crumbling. Your personal relationships is crumbling. You know, the spirit of this place just being brought low is just coming out and affecting everything. Sports ain't like it used to be anymore. Thanksgiving ain't like it used to be. Holiday season ain't like it used to be. Nothing is like it used to be. Why? Because the Lord is bringing down this place.
I remember the days when I was a kid, they used to go by Belong.
Yeah, now every time you look up, like to me, every time I look up, it's Friday evening. Yahshua and them go out there and teach. It's like, damn, it's Friday already? It's almost that time for us to go out there. Yeah, the Lord is bringing this place low and speeding up the top.
Yeah.
All for the elect's sake.
That's right. Because an example of that, you know, the Lord had his son go down with their time for Joshua.
Oh, yeah.
That's how you know the Lord controlled the time.
Yeah.
It was just what I had 4 days off, man. Them 4 days.
Oh, man.
Like that, man.
But let you be working, though.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
And then a lot of Jakes, man, a lot of Jakes knowing about this truth, man. That's how we know the judgment finna be great. Because, he said he watched the Weefy prophets that we were just talking about. And he said he watched Gorilla Hebrew. And, you know, he's just a mingled Israelite. Watching a little bit over here, a little bit over there. And he said who we down with. He said, you know, we learn from the elders and apostles of GMS. Oh, okay, elder apostle Tahar. Yeah. Then he got long dreads down his back.
That's the spirit. That's how I was gonna say. You know, a lot of Israel will watch these other camps, or Migo watch these other camps because you got Safari, they don't mind dreads. Weefy, they don't mind dreads. IUIC, they don't mind it. You know, so I'm gonna watch all these different ones because certain camps don't mind this. I don't want to cut these. I don't want to cut these Medusa locks.
Yeah, because it's girl like. It's girl like to pull them in there.
That's why you camps, man. I mean, you guys, man. That's why the older brothers always get on you. You know, you guys, man, that watch all the camps, man, because you're not. You got either you gonna watch one camp and that's it, or don't watch any at all, man. Because they're gonna tell you something different, man. That's how these camps can have unity camps, man. Oh, well, we're gonna put our doctrines aside. It shouldn't be none of that. But you got these guys, like I said, through the spirit, like you're saying, the reason he still got them dirty, yeah, the dreads on his head, man, is because he not, you know, they're not teaching him that he got to cut them shits off, man.
Oh, yep. And then we had the drunken Gadite that made his appearance.
Man, these people are out of their mind, man.
All tribes messed up. Second Esdras 15, verse 7. Therefore saith the Lord, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness, which they profanely commit. Neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. Behold, the innocent and the righteous blood cry unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually.
Yeah, so Israelites that die in the ministry, they go before the throne of the Most High and they cry to the Lord that he bring down this kingdom. And we also sigh and cry for all abominations that be done in the midst of this place, man. Because whereas a damsel that's betrothed to her husband that was taken by another man and we're crying out. You know?
That's beautiful, man. Like you eventually know the truth even when you die. The Lord eventually will tell you who you are. You know, so if you didn't know you was an Israelite, you died, eventually you will know you're an Israelite. Go back to scripture.
It's Revelation 6 and 9. And when he had opened the fifth seal, I saw under the altar the souls of them that were slain for the word of Yahweh and for the testimony which they held.
Yeah, so what Apostle John is seeing in his vision, he's seeing the brothers that died in the truth going before the presence of the Lord.
And it says, And they cried with a loud voice, saying, How long, O Yahweh, holy and true, dost thou not judge and avenge our blood on them that dwell on the earth?
And that's the spirit that we gotta be in. We gotta be in that, you know, hastening for a new heaven and a new earth, wearing the oil of righteousness. There's a lot of judgment finna go out, man. A lot of people finna die soon. They're gonna be pushing a new implantable technology. It's called the RFID chip. And it's gonna be a new system and you won't be able to buy and sell without it. And half of y'all are Israelites, so repent, the kingdom of heaven is at hand. And this is how people get marked.
Don't know, now you know.
Yep.
Joel Osteen was out here, that would have been.
Oh man, they would have been kissing his hand.
My man with the megaphone was out.
Yeah.
Yeah, they would have just slid a $5 bill in his pocket. But hey, judgment is finna pour out, man, like waters.
Let's leave during the time of Noah, they was doing stuff like that. He was they just looking at him, praising him.
And they knew everything that we said. Most I had the light red. We gave it to them plainly and simple. We didn't use vocab and long sound words.
This is Matthew 24 and 44. Therefore be ye also ready, for in such an hour as ye think not, the Son of Man cometh. Who then is a faithful and wise servant, whom his Lord hath made ruler over his household to give him meat in due season? And it's, just being ready.
Yeah.
Like the brother, the reason why we out here is to make Israel, to tell, like the brother was telling the crowd right here, what's coming. That's preparing your mind for things to come. So be also ready, man. Because in the hour that you don't think that the Lord's gonna come, or in the hour that you think that the destruction ain't gonna happen, or in the hour that you think that this problem isn't gonna come, it's gonna come.
Yeah. The Lord loves drama. And a part of drama is the unexpected. That's what makes people jump in their seats when they're watching a movie. You're watching a thriller or a horror movie, and then the dude just pops up out of nowhere, and then the music gets loud, everybody jump back. That be some of the best parts of the movie. Oh shit. What?
Oh, picture.
Oh. Thought it was a damn paint.
And it says, blessed is that servant whom his Lord, when he shall, when he cometh, shall find so doing.
Doing what? Watching for him, man. Looking for him, man. How do you look for the Lord? Well, it says that the Lord found in the volume of the book. So that means you studying, you reading, you occupied in prophecies, you meditating in the prophecies. You praying. You keeping the law, the statutes, and the commandments the best you can. You're pushing out that righteous vibration. You're showing faith by your works. That's you watching. Being upon your watch.
It's a scripture. It's in the New Testament. I forgot what it was, but it basically says those that await his coming. Basically, when he comes back.
Oh, that is weird. That's Malachi.
But the spirit, because we're like the brother said, we're watching the prophecies, the videos, things like that. We're the ones that are actually awaiting the Lord's coming. We're looking forward to him coming back. Hence for these other guys, they're not really looking forward to the Lord coming back. That's why they don't push the Lord like that. But they don't push the prophecies. We're waiting for the Lord to come back, man. But, we're gonna be happy to, at his coming, man.
Yeah, I got you. Malachi 4 and 2. It says, but unto you that fear my name shall the Son of Righteousness arise with healing in his wings. And you shall go forth and grow up as calves of the stall.
Calves to the stall will be well taken care of. And that's gonna happen in the kingdom.
The Lord, he's always constantly feeding the sheep, his people. So the Lord's gonna take care of his people in the kingdom. If all that Yahushua said, it is your Father's good pleasure to give you the kingdom.
Yeah. Let's get back to those prophecies right there.
Second Edges 15, verse 9. And therefore saith the Lord, I will surely avenge them and receive unto me all the innocent blood from among them.
Yeah, when you read Revelation 20 and 18, it says, we rejoice, ye holy apostles and prophets, for the Lord have redeemed you. He have avenged you on her. So the Lord is going to deliver his elect out of this place. And those that's outside the elect is getting destroyed, man. They getting destroyed. Everybody that walk, like you said, everybody that walk past this truth, they honk their horn, they say little shit, little sneaky shit under their tongue, they all gonna get put to death. And a lot of the, you know, a lot of that death, right, is gonna be your family members. You know, all this truth out, right? All this truth in an information age. I'm scrolling up on the timeline, right? Motherfuckers got their plates with the pork on there. It's like, damn. You know, just the other day, women posting stuff about the Native Americans and how this land was taken. Happy Thanksgiving.
And the Lord is making it clear, man, who are his and who are not.
Yeah.
The time of being ignorant, that's no more. Like you said, information age. So, it's good to talk about our people being willingly ignorant. They're willingly ignorant to the fact, of knowing the truth. They don't want to change and repent, because, it's hard for them. But really, that's the Lord put a stumbling block upon them, Verse 10, it says, behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt.
It says, my people are led as a flock to the slaughter. So, Israelites aren't going to be prosperous here. Your end is death here if you don't repent and convert and worship the true power. At the end of the day, it's all about predestination.
No.
It's all about predestination. And the individuals that are predestinated from the foundation of the earth to receive salvation and mercy from Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, there's going to be a spirit on them to show forth that faith that was given to them by their works, man. And I don't know about you, brothers, but it's a lot of scoffer and demon activity that's going on, man, back to back now. Y'all noticing that? Yeah.
But what spirit?
No. Okay.
What the Lord say? Every idle word shall be
Yeah, let's get that. Oh, no. He wanted attention like a fucking girl. We didn't give it to him.
This is Matthew 12, verse 36. And it reads, but I say unto you that every idle word that men shall speak, they shall give account thereof in the day of judgment.
So what is that saying? That dude that just scoffed, coming some no, when he die and get brought before the presence of the Lord Yahweh Shai gonna say, hey, what did you mean by that? When you said no. What do you mean by that? What did you, he's gonna have to give an account for that.
Everybody report to the Most High Yahweh.
Yeah.
Everybody. Israelites, wicked Esau, heathens, everybody.
Yep. Second Thessalonians 5.
Hey, the Spirit, the Lord might, have it to where he can play it back to him. How Esau, you get caught in the crime, and they got the video. They play it right in that courtroom, man.
Or when you watching the Family Guy, and something happened, and then they go and they cut the scene and bring that whole little thing, that time there, and play it back. That's how the Lord gonna be doing, man. And see, the Lord is increasing our spirits out on the highways and the byways, but we don't get worked up when you scoffers and you gainsayers and you demons and you people that got foul spirits coming to camp, man.
Right.
We all looking dismayed and all that. We're gonna be looking at y'all just like that in them days.
said, First Peter 5.
1 Thessalonians, when it say we shall all come before the throne of the Most
What's
High.
that saying? Haters gonna hate, lovers gonna love, man.
Oh, you know, maybe second.
Like the brother said, we couldn't get word at all. He said, no, he laughing at us.
So we all must prepare
No.
for the judgment seat.
But like the scripture said, the Lord will laugh and mock when that fear cometh. So really the ones that are going to be mocked is the ones that laughed at the Lord, at the Lord's prophets. The Lord's using us as a vessel, man. So you can say, no, no, no. You can laugh, you can do this and do that. But hey, you don't get recompense for that. One way or another.
Second Corinthians 5 and 10. We must all appear before the judgment seat of Yahweh Shai, that everyone may receive the things done in his body, according that he have done, whether it be good or bad.
Yeah, so whatever works you've done, whether it's good or bad, you're gonna have to give an account thereof. And the Lord reads the thoughts too. You know, see the one thing that these people in the world don't have, they don't have Yahweh Shai, which he was set up to be a prince and a savior, but to give repentance unto Israel and forgiveness of sins. So when certain, malicious thoughts enter into us, we can pray to Yahweh Shai, forgive me. It's a lot. And that sacrifice covered us. But y'all people that go up here and talk some no, some Destiny Child shit, y'all ain't got no forgiveness.
It's 2 Chronicles chapter 36, verse 16. But they mocked the messengers of Yahweh.
Talking about Israelites, mock meaning laugh. So if they laughed at the prophets in the ancient world, what do you think they're going to be doing to the prophets in these times? They're going to be laughing. They're going to be looking, laughing, pointing, mocking, saying little shit.
It says, and despise his words.
And they despise these words. Why? Oh, that sounds like hate. The Bible talks about hate. It says hate them that love evil.
Hate the evil, love the good.
Yeah. Hate the evil, love the good. And hate means, when it says hate, it's not talking about you hate somebody that you want to kill them. It just means that you have a strong dislike.
Sirach 15 and verse 13. The Lord hateth all abominations.
And what are abominations? Evil, wicked, and disgusting acts.
And they that fear Yahweh love it not.
So we're on the one accord with the Heavenly Father. You understand?
Like you always quote King David, don't I hate those that hate thee? I count them even my enemies. So Esau hate us, we hate them too.
Yeah.
It wasn't meant for us to be be allied together, man. Unified.
You can feel that hate that these nations got toward us even in the Bible.
Yeah, you do.
You walk in your everyday life, you might be around an Edomite. You might like I work around one, even though he seemed cool. It's the littlest things he can say that I know. Oh, this motherfucker really deep down inside hate me. You can just feel it, man. They just ignorant of the fact that this is a goddamn oppressor and enemy. Act like they can't feel it. Then when Esau Jacob to play the con baby and the victim. We've been telling you that this is our enemy, you idiot.
It's Ecclesiastes 12 and 10. Never trust thine enemy. For like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness.
Right. We supply the surface harmless and stuff. We know we're Clark Kent in this society. We know how to blend in. All right, whether we have the job amongst our enemies, groups, these heathen nations or whatever the case may be, named Esau, but we still know in the back of our head to not trust this man. Like the brother brought out, as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. You can't trust no goddamn heathen, man. They sitting in front of you, then they go to that dinner table and talk about your ass, man. They talk about you in that meeting at work. I done had countless times where I knew through the spirit they was talking about me. Guess what they were, man? Vote for what, though?
cash that shit out, it's gonna come back. You know, if you into car restoration and that quarter panel got rot in it at the bottom, you can't just put no Bondo on there and some metal clay and then paint over it and think it's gonna be gone. No, it's gonna keep spreading. So that's how Esau's wickedness is. The Lord ain't cut him out yet. The Lord ain't cut Esau out the frame yet. He's still here. So that wickedness, is that hatred that Esau had towards Jacob is still here. So what is it saying in Ecclesiastes 12 and 10? It says, never trust thine enemy. And when you read in Deuteronomy 28:68, it speaks about how we were sold to our enemies. So we don't trust this man's society. And now that we got the truth, we no longer stand upon Esau that smote us. We stand upon Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai in spirit and truth. So not only do we know who our enemy is, we no longer stand upon him.
You know, iron is very strong. So Esau had that strong hatred.
Oh man, yeah.
You know, that very sister Esau.
Yeah. But see, one thing about these Edomites, they know how to hide it. They know how to hide it. They know how to hide it under their tongue. So they can play the roles. And it's gonna go into it. Verse 11. Though he humble himself, you know, he may seem like he cool. You know, the manager Scott, he's cool. You know? Scott, he brought everybody donuts to work. But you gotta also remember, the gift destroys the heart. You know, why is he trying to destroy your heart? You're trying to, seek love from him.
Yeah. The scripture say he that seeketh love, hideth from transgression, something like that. So he that hideth from transgression seeketh love. So, you can hide the transgression by so-called doing a good deed to somebody.
Yeah.
But really you hate them. You know, but that good that you did to them is to try to cover up their evil intent towards you, so you won't see it.
Well, that's how you deceive a motherfucker.
Yeah.
Let me buy him gifts.
Yeah, but what do they call that? It's a term in the world. They call it a smoke screen.
Hey, we do it to our women. Women may be mad as shit at you. You know, you might have, so-called fucked up or something, did something, something fucked up or whatever. What you gonna do? You gonna buy her a little tennis. You gonna buy the bitch a little tennis bracelet or 2 earrings or something. And then, that destroys those feelings she had towards you. Oh, babe, I'm not mad anymore. You got me the earrings I wanted. Or you took her to that little restaurant you got.
This term, the spirit, Esau uses that as a smoke screen. It's like
they scoffing in the car driving by.
It's like that $700 for gas.
I still, you got yours?
I don't even know.
I didn't even get mine.
Yeah, I don't get mine.
Yeah, but my woman got hers too. Are they looking at the names and give all the women theirs first and forget about the Hebrew boys?
Right. But see, if you smoke screen. See, what Esau can do to you, Jakes, to have you smoke screen is he can go on the news and say, we're thinking about giving you each so-called black man $200,000 worth of reparations. That shit ain't never
Give it
gonna
to me
come.
in my hand. Give it to me in my hand.
We're gonna put it on a U.S. debit card that should come in the mail. That's a smoke screen, man, or a free something free. On this day, we got Jake lined up, man. So this double uses smoke screens on our people, man. That's why it says. Can you read that one more time?
That's not gonna heal the emotional trauma that you did upon our people.
That's right. That's right, man.
Ecclesiastes 12 and 11. Though he humble himself.
Sometimes, I say it on, I be around specific Edom. I be like, kind of. Then Next thing you know, that
Iron
Esau
started
come,
showing.
yeah, that Esau come out, man. Oh man, I
started
thought he
showing
was
his
cool.
teeth.
You know, that's why you can't trust these devils. You know, but you got Israelite foreigners, you know, but you know, Israelite foreigner ain't gonna have that same spirit. He ain't gonna be trying to get over on you. You know, but the Esau man, he just crouch down and humble himself, and next thing you know, he biting you with the serpent mouth. Man.
Yeah, real. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him.
Yeah,
Damn,
so watch out for this motherfucker. Man.
beware. That's a cold word right here.
Beware.
When you tell somebody, hey, beware that nigga right there.
And like the signs we used to see when we was kids, beware
Yeah,
that
beware.
stranger sign.
Yep.
Beware, like that's supposed to get your attention.
Yeah.
What? Beware.
What
Man.
Jake say? Hey man,
Watch that nigga. Watch trust him.
And you know what's crazy at my job, the Edomite that I'm talking about, every Issacharite on that job, I'm like, hey, you know, and I mean everyone, bro.
Terrible report.
You know, he got a bad rep. And then every Issacharite that walk by, they be like, you know, not because, you know, well, it's in our spirit, you know, to not like them through the school, you know what I mean? But also, too, because like the brother said, this man got a bad report, man. You doing little sneaky snake Edomite stuff, and now people don't like your ass, man. You know? What did Job say? They that are younger than me, they're younger than I, Job, the 30th chapter, man. That's you devils, man, because you childish, man.
Lower your rank.
Yeah.
All right. Though he humble himself and go crouching.
We said that a couple times. I can't. You guys can. Don't even crouch.
Yeah, they be like, nah, we don't trust you. We don't care.
Ain't no humble Edomite.
Hell.
Yet take good heed and beware of him, and thou shalt be unto him as if thou hadst wiped a looking glass. Because we did have mirrors back then.
Right.
They think the ancient world was just really
Yeah.
just prehistoric dinosaur 63 million years ago type shit. No. We had glasses, we had mirrors, okay?
Gold teeth. Where you think they get that concept?
Yeah, gold teeth in their mouth.
So I'm talking about having little chains upon my neck.
Yeah.
They think that we was carrying torches around there all the time. That's what we talk about with lamps. Putting oil in the lamp so the fire can keep burning. We think, oh shoot, the torch went out.
Yeah.
And the infrastructure was stronger back then. Because the Egyptians, pyramids, they still standing.
Yep.
You know?
Meanwhile, it's big ass cracks.
Yeah.
Look at these streets, man.
Yeah.
Potholes and cracks and shit like that. Buildings decaying, the plumbing fucked up in some of these buildings.
And in the ancient world, where you think they get plumbing from? Or specific things going inside and out your house, so there could be water coming through, so you can take a shower.
Yeah.
Specific. Where you think they get that from? That wasn't just Esau created.
That because I think it was Hezekiah. Hezekiah, he had a pool.
Yeah.
What you gotta say about that, Esau?
Right.
They say he had conduits running to supply his pool.
Yep. Even in the time,
Aqueducts.
yep. Even in the time of David, I think it was Joab when they went to go slay somebody for the men. They would sit by a pool. If I'm not mistaken.
And I speak as a man when I say this. When David saw Bathsheba naked, I think he had either some binoculars or something. He probably had some binoculars, or like, you know how the most pirates, they be having this. He probably was standing where his residence was. He was probably just looking at the city, and he was like, oh, what was that? And then they came up and said, let me see. Oh, that's Uriah the Hittite wife. They was like, no, let me see.
They show you on movies that they had that type of older movies that had that type of technology.
Yeah, because why would his wife be in such close proximity for David to see her naked?
Right.
You know? Because think about it, our eyes can only see so far, you feel me? Because think about it. Look, you see that sign right there with the Chinese writing? If we see a girl that's naked right there, we ain't gonna, we can't get turned on like that. If it's too far, you can't really see nothing. But if you got binoculars, and she was bathing too,
Yep.
bathing in some water or something like that.
It's Jeremiah 51:19. The portion of Jacob is not like them, for he is the former of all things.
And when you go into that word former, it's the creator. You know, making stuff, inventions and stuff like that. The Lord gave us that spirit.
The spirit, Jake created the majority of the things that you see right here. You know, a lot of these like computer chips and stuff, they're made out of specific metals or rocks of the earth.
I think batteries are made from lithium.
Yep. Yep. Which is on what? It's on the periodic, the elemental, what is it called? Periodic table. See, the Lord, for the spirit of Probably how about Jacob is the creator of all things, because the Lord dealt with Jacob on the right hand side to be able to create specific things. We're going to talk about even the Lord put the spirit on specific men to shape stones, man.
Oh yeah.
You know, what is it in Numbers? You know, so the Lord will put a spirit on a specific person to be able to create something.
The ancient world, we have blacksmiths, potters and stuff. Those jobs, those were essential for the economy. You had to have, cups to drink out of, and forks and stuff. You had to have certain tools to fix up, if something was a break in your house or something. So you needed those things. You needed people that, created iron and, silver and gold and stuff, stuff like that.
And the real silverware means you are eating off of real silver. Not this BS that you go to the dollar store and that's not silverware, man.
It has benefit. Everything that we use has some type of benefit to our bodies.
Jeremiah 51:19, the portion of Jacob is not like them, for he is the former of all things. And Israel is the rod of his inheritance, the Lord of hosts is his name.
The Lord put an incredible spirit on us, gave us a goodly heritage, and the Lord has a close relationship with the Israelites. That's why these nations, and it really goes back to Joseph, because they don't have a God like we have. Their gods is gold and silver, money, bitch with 8 arms.
It's like in Egypt, the spirit, it's like in the wilderness, the chariot that had the lights on it. Esau gets the concept of having lights on airplanes, or even street lights and things of that nature.
Street lights in the neighborhood.
All formed by the Heavenly Father, man, from Jacob, man.
Well, a lot of these war strategies, these Edomites have in the army, they get it from Joshua, David.
I think it's like Black Sun. That's from Gad.
Guerrilla warfare.
Mm-hmm.
They name what? Tomahawk missile.
Oh yeah.
The camouflage. That thing, like the brother said, Brandon Joshua, the war strategy, man.
Yeah, Esau can't do shit without it.
But with that, we want to give our praise and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to our apostles at Great Millstone who were wed at us truth. Peace, love, blessings, salutations to you, Akim, that's part of the Bayasha Dawada, the House of David, to you few sincere sisters that always watch too. Shalom to you. Lord willing, this camp was edifying to the hopeful elect. We want to say shalom with Baba Ball till next week. Shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom. Yahshua, shalom.
which one will be best for you, bro? Tonight or tomorrow?
Whatever, bro.
You won't be too tired tonight?
No, it don't matter.